Exeter final year. I'm so old. I'm going to pretend I'm a second year, okay guys? Alright, so hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Francesca and I'm currently in my last year at Exeter University. Yeah, so today we are going to talk about my first days at uni, which was so traumatic and negative and catastrophical and ended up in the best year of my life. I feel that this could really benefit a few of you who, just like me, moved in to Exeter during this weekend or today or this week. If you're watching me, hi, welcome. Try and find me on campus, say hi. Would love to see you. Let's get right into it. So, my first few days. So, I was arriving from Italy. As some of you know, I'm Italian, and I came all the way, never been to England. I didn't know anything about English humor, banter, pulling, what that meant. I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know anything about the food, the culture, the people, what was acceptable, what wasn't. You know, like when I say hi to people, I generally just hug them and give them 2 kisses. Some people were like, whoa, what is this girl doing? Hooray! No, it's not at all the case. I'm just like very touchy-feely. It's like an Italian way of doing things, I guess. Or it's just me. I don't know. Anyway, I just did that. And so yeah, I had no clue what I was putting myself in. It was kind of an adventure. But I was like, yeah, it's fine. I'll arrive there. I'm in Berks Grange. Berks Grange is the biggest hall on campus. 800 people there. It's going to be amazing. And I arrived and I didn't have any flatmates. Yeah, and I realized like, oh my god, I'm in this ensuite self-catered accommodation, so I had my own kitchen and my own bathroom. It's just they put me randomly there because Exeter was in my insurance university. So yeah, so since I didn't get my grades, I couldn't apply for accommodation, so Exeter just like literally put me somewhere random, and I didn't have any flatmates, and I was like, no. But I arrived in a corridor. I was like, all right, you don't have flatmates, but at least you have corridor mates, people who are in an ensuite accommodation just like you. Well, these people were postgrads and third years, so that they were not coming for Freshers Week. They would come literally after Freshers Week. You cannot imagine how sad and disappointed and scared I was. I was like, not only I'm in a different country, but I have no idea who to go out with. Usually you go out with your flatmates or your corridor mates, but I didn't have any. So I was like, okay, Fran, I think you need to do some exploring in the building. So I went to other corridors. And I went to the first corridor, the one nearest to me, and I saw everyone sitting down on a bed in someone's room, and it was clearly freshers trying to learn about each other and whatever. So I knocked on and say, hey guys, and there was no answers. I say hi, and they were just like, stop talking, looking at me like this, and I was like, okay, whatever. And I just continued talking because sometimes you just have to keep talking and say, I'm going to have dinner later on. I'm going to prepare something for everyone. If you want to join, just let me know. It would be cool to just like meet more freshers and everything. And they just kept staring at me like this and didn't answer. And so I just said, well, this is my room, in this number is my room, so I'll be there, and I'll see you later. Then I went in the corridor and just waited a bit to see if I could hear anything that they would say, because usually people just say their opinion just after that you walk out of the room. Oh, what a surprise, they did. And one person said, I don't like her. You know, now I laugh about it, but I was so bad, you know, I was so sad. So it wasn't nice. So what happened after that? I was just like, okay, whatever. So I was like, okay, so this block is basically not my friend. Cool, great. What a great thing. I went to bed because I was like very sad, upset about the whole thing. You can imagine, like, you have no friends, you're trying to make friends and no one wants you. Yeah. It's not nice. And this is especially for all you freshers who are here in Exeter right now and who are watching this. I'm like, don't worry, I was in the same situation and I'm still in Exeter, so let me know if you're in that situation. I can help you out. Yeah, so I was like, okay. So the next day there was this barbecue thing. It was Saturday. There was this barbecue literally downstairs. So I was like, okay, everyone is meeting up there. I'm sure I can find someone. And then when I arrived there, everyone had their little groups, which I imagine was flatmates or at least corridor mates or something. They all were in little groups, like, you know, the little circles that they all do, like everyone with their food and like literally they're all in a circle like this. And it's very hard to actually like penetrate that circle. That sounded very sexual. And I was just like trying to say hi and get into a group, but I don't know why, they were just very close. I tried and some people actually answered me, and like not everyone was bad, you know, not everyone is nasty. The fact that they were in circles, it's not because they don't like you, it's because in this case because they were very insecure and they just didn't want to make a wrong move. Sometimes in freshers you do feel that way, and that's just because you feel massively like insecure about where you are and who you are, and that's fine, that's normal. God, we're 18, like 18-year-olds, 17 and 19, that's fine. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't manage to get through to anyone. Some people actually talked to me, but it was very briefly with small talk. I thought I was pretty okay, but hey, whatever. And yeah, so that didn't went well. So after like 1 hour and a half of trying, I just quit. Big mistake, but I quit and I went back home. I was just there, not very happy, and I was just very sad because I'm just like... But what happened? The next day, I was like, okay, it's 2 days now and I still don't have any friends. Great. And I was like, maybe this is what's going to happen. I'm just going to have my exact same experience in high school where I feel like I don't have all the friendships I thought I would have. Maybe that's just who I am. Maybe that's actually who I'm supposed to be. And I was about to say yes to that really wrong mentality. I was about to let go, but then there was this bar crawl in the evening, and I looked at it for a while on my little event sheet, and I was just like, you know what? Let's go to that one. This is the last time I try, and if it goes well, good. If it doesn't, then I'm just gonna just try and survive, because this is not going to be a good uni experience. Away from home, away from family, away from my friends, it's just not gonna happen. So I go to this bar crawl, and we have to, before we actually do the bar crawl, before we actually like start going around the city, we have to all meet up in this room, which is a common room of Berks, so very, very big. I got into the room, and you know when you have the feeling that everyone knows someone except you? Everyone is talking to someone, but still, it really felt like I was the only one who was purely alone. So I went towards these two girls, and I will remember this for the rest of my life. I went towards these two girls, and I was just like, hello there, hi, my name is Francesca. Just wanted to start a random conversation with people because, you know, it's freshers and I don't have anyone in my corridor, so hey, what's your name? Their reaction was this. And they left. I am still in shock after 3 years. Like, that says a lot, right? I mean, who does that? It's freshers. You're a fresher. It's not even freshers week. It's like the Sunday before, and you're being close-minded with your friend. What? I was so... Well, after that, and I felt that's the worst, because you're alone in a room and you feel that all eyes are on you. You're with no one. And then you go up to two people who just leave you there in the middle of the room where everyone is staring. Actually, that was just a myth. That was just like me thinking that, because sometimes you just overreact and you are very dramatic. But I was just like, everyone's looking at me. I just failed. Everyone just saw that I got... basically snubbed by these two girls. I was like, oh my god, I'm so leaving right now. And I was so sad, so sad. I was literally about to cry in front of everyone. I could feel the tears in my eyes. I was like, oh my god, don't start crying, that would be the worst. Don't start crying, Frank, come on, be strong. And I was like, there was this voice in me was like, I want to go home, I just want to cry in my bed, just let me go home, I just want to go home, this is horrible, I hate Exeter, people are so nasty. And then the stronger voice in me was like, Fran, keep going until you manage. We said this one last time, this is one last time you're going to try these things out, keep going. And I know this seems like super, I mean, it shouldn't be this hard, right? So that's why I'm saying, like, some of you are so lucky to be in a flat where everyone gets along and you're just like having fun. Like, some people don't, and this is who this video is for. It's for these people who have a really, really bad experience and really are struggling, and this is for you guys, because it has a happy ending, all this. It does. After that, I was just like, keep going. Okay, so I went up to 2 girls. Thank God, my 2 angels. They actually, and I'm still friends with them now, they were the first 2 girls who actually accepted to have a conversation with me. So I started finally a conversation with these girls. They were a bit, at the beginning it was a bit like awkward, like you can tell that I was kind of pushing it a bit and whatever. But they still went along. They were still polite, you know, like that rare thing that no one is. And they still like continued like conversation with me until we arrived into the first bar. And then they had flatmates that they introduced me to. And those flatmates happened to be a great crew of people with whom I stayed literally for the whole Freshers Week and for the whole month. They weren't in my same halls, but they were literally a minute away, so it's as if they were in my same halls. And I just, every night I went up to them, and they were my first group of friends. And from that moment onwards, guys, everything went better, because once you finally get into a group after all that struggle, you are making the absolute best effort to be on point, you know, like to be sociable, to be laughing, to be smiling a lot. I mean, you have to, after all this effort, you don't want to lose this time. So they actually integrated me in that group. They were very nice, very inclusive. I was very happy about it, and it was really cool. And I was like, oh, and I think that really helped me to enjoy even more Freshers Week, because after 3 days of really trying hard to find just one person you can go somewhere to, you kind of appreciate everything else much more. Like, just the fact to go to a club with people and not queuing on your own actually was for me a luxury. So it just was so good. And then from then on, I was just so scared to not have any more friends from then on that I just kept on. I didn't stop there. I didn't find this group and then stop interacting with other people. I kept on talking to other people. I kept on starting conversations with random people, but this time I was not alone. This time there was a group of people, so I felt tons more comfortable, as you can imagine. By the end of my freshman year, I knew over 700 people. And how do I know the number? Do not worry, it wasn't like counting or anything. It's just like, I said this in a video, this was like one of my tips. On Facebook, you can create a list, not a group, a list. So you basically put people that you know in these lists where you can find them easily, so that if I was about to do a party or organize an event, I would know who to invite. I would not miss anyone out. By doing these lists, it actually says how many people are in that list. So that's how I knew that I knew more than 700 people only in my first year. It's by continuing and trying hard and just like keep on going that you will find that crowd. And now me and that group, we are not as close as we were in freshers. I found other people and other individuals with whom I connected more, and I feel that's important, because a lot of people think that they have to stick with their housemates and everything, and that's something that I wouldn't do. Like, do spend some time with your house and flatmates, definitely, but do not forget that there are 20,000 students that you do not know in this campus, and you have the opportunity to meet people that are even more like-minded, you know, people that will connect with you even more on a deeper level. And maybe those people are not going to be the random flatmates you had in your first year. Maybe that's going to be people that, by talking to more people, you will realize who those people are and have much more fun because you're around people you really like. And yeah, I'm keeping talking way too much about this, but moral of the story, persevere, never give up, keep trying, keep talking to random people. Eventually someone will be open-minded. Eventually, promise. It is Exeter University after all, so you will find someone that's open-minded. Anyway, that was my first few days. They were absolutely bad, and it ended up being really good and beneficial for me. So make sure you think about that. If you're in the same situation, just make sure that you think about what I said and try really know that you're not alone. And if you're in uni right now, let me know, okay? Because I'm here too, and we can meet up, and I can make you feel tons better. If you really do not feel like you're finding your crowd, we can figure something out together, okay? I'm here to help. Like, I really want you guys to have the best fresh start. I am going to go now, and please like this video if you liked it. Yeah, like this video, subscribe if you want to see a bit more of my anecdotes and stories, and I will go now. All right, bye guys.